Okay, it's another day. It's the view out of our window, look. Check it out, that's the walkway. There's a tiny little house down there, look, between the buildings. See the roof of it? Just before midday, we're just getting our washing dry and then we're going to head off. I'm just in behind East Kirsten now with the washing, hopefully. All dry. All dry? Look at that. There's that bag. Or in China, every motel you stay at, you get free washer dryers. It's pretty cool. Check out this light too. It's a little cloud light. Let me turn it off. Look at it. It's pretty cool. As you can see, we're starting to accumulate some stuff. And we'll be packing probably tomorrow night. Check this out, Hot Mall. We just walked in. It was literally right around the corner from our motel we're staying at, Hot Mall. Look at it, it's got rackets. It looks like it's got heaps of all different stuff. This is like typical Guangzhou here. Like that whole mall, it's like an old mall. Would have been probably in the day like a mall of different stuff and shops. Now it's just all stationery in there. And look over here, that would have been an old mall. And you can see the pictures of stationery there and basketballs and stuff. So it's almost like it's an area of that. We didn't actually walk, we stayed on the main road to walk to that other new mall the other day, so we never saw this area. We actually walked around it. See, office supplies, professional manufacturer. So this whole area is probably all manufacturing the stationery stuff. Look, all in here, stationery, pens, staples. It's a whole area. They have got bags though. School bags, so again, sort of stationery, school stuff. And I guess that's why they have basketballs and rackets, because a lot of the school kids here, they do all the sports. It's going to be a big day. Kirsten's looking for a toilet. We're still kind of in the subway actually. Oh, we're looking for a toilet. He's on the hunt. Look at this place. I don't even know where we are. I don't even know where the mall is. We just have to try and find it. We don't actually know where to get to, how to get out of the subway to the mall. It's still underground. Look, it goes for ages. Might need to get my map out. It goes down further too, look. I don't know what's down there. The Fashion Tahini Plaza. That's what this must be. Alright, so there's obviously, there is a lot of malls in this area. There's a ton of them. We need to find the one we're looking for. Check this out. This is the toilet area. You've got your wash basins, hand wash. Look in here though. You actually got microwaves to cook and hot water. Fill your noodles. Freaky as. That's the BRT. I think that's the other station that takes you through the park. They built a station just for the park. So it'd be like having the New York park and they built an underground thing just to get around the park. We just came out of here. All that massive shopping area is under this, look. So it's all like underground. Not sure what that building is there. There's another way down into the underground, but yeah, all underneath here is all shopping. And we're going to go over to there. I think that's one of the big outdoor ones, the indoor-outdoor mall. It's a big Tom Ford here. And then the Grand View is somewhere around here. I better get my map. I thought it was next to this. And I think it's got a Marriott. I think that's it there. It's got the Marriott on top of it. We've just got to work out how to get over there now. I think we could get to it from underground. We might go back down. And it's warm again today. What is it now? About 30, 35 and humid as. See if we can get to the other side of the road. I think we can. Look, we'll go up here and it goes across the road. We should be into those. There's 3 malls all beside each other. I just checked the map. Okay, we're going under the road now. Park Central, just through here. Okay, we're in the first little part of this mall. That's a bubble out. Looks like it's at least 2 stories underground. They've got a wedding cake shop that's shaped like a wedding cake. And look at this. St. Laurent. That's the way that went down into the shops all underneath. Okay, here's the Marriott Grand View Mall. Arguably one of the biggest in the world. But let's go check it out. We're in the mall. Bottom of the Grand View. Just got to go find the big open area now. This place, I can tell, is going to be huge. Alright, we just found out there's an aquarium in here as well. This is all the things in this mall. It's a 4A national tourist attraction, this place. It's got an aquarium, Glacier Bay Ice Rink, Grandview Rainforests, Grandview Penguin Snow World, Adventureland, Skate Park, Cyber Street. Look at these stuffed animals. They're getting bigger and bigger. Giraffe. And bigger. Rhino. And at the end, the big elephant. Check that out. The scale of this place is crazy. It really is. Check that out. Big waterfall, animals, and this is only the central atrium. There's two other atriums, at least, that we've seen. Well, this mall, it just keeps going. It's huge. There's no way we're walking all of this mall. No chance. But hopefully we'll get to see most of the cool stuff. Look, it's got little rides here even for kids. We're going to get a coffee from Macca's. Check this out. Looks like some simulation rocket there. A few vending machines here. And then behind me is the Penguin Snow World. Through there, look how big that is through there. There's a Grandview Natural Science Exploration Centre Museum. This is another thing, this wasn't on that other big list. But you've got to pay for all these things, the ticket office there. It's not that much, probably around $20 for each thing, depending what you're into, but that's obviously where you go into it here. And again, you know, it just shows you the size of this building. So you go into it over there, and yeah, it'll be all in behind there. In behind there's more building. You see up the roof of it. And this is like another atrium again. Look, this is that other atrium. Mad little walkways everywhere and stuff. It's really cool. Look over here, you got a big face over that end. Goes all the way down there. And that's the main atrium through here, and there's another atrium on the other side. This place is huge, and just beside me is the skating rink. I'll go show you that now. So you got the Penguin World is all in through the back, and goes up and in that way. The ice skating rink here. So I think this is part of the rainforest bit here. I think it might be in through here. We'll have a look. Look, it has a little petting zoo in here as well. Check that out. Little guinea pigs. There's a goat up there. Look at it, goes right up. Check out that beast he's feeding there. Look what she's feeding. Oh, it just bit the end off it. Uh-oh. She wants it back now. He might have swallowed it. Uh-oh. He's not choking on it, is he? Uh-oh. He'll probably just swallow it whole. It's got waterfalls in there and everything. Check that out. This is the entrance into the rainforest. We go from the rainforest and you have a gigantic, and I mean gigantic, arcade place. Very noisy in there though. It's real retro here. Yeah, this is all arcade games where this bull is. Runs all in, look, through the back here, right across to the bed. It's movie theatres are all there. How cool is this place though? Check it out. Check out this cool thing. It's a urinal and you scan it and you can test your urine out to see where you're at with your health. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Okay, this is the Grandview Penguin Show. Almost tripped over getting off the escalator there. Look at this. So there's two penguin ones. There's one downstairs with the ice skating rink, and then there's another one here, and it's another ice skating rink. And then the penguins, you can see they're up the back there. You've got to put suits on to go in with all the penguins. Look at that, you can actually see the penguins. Oh, apart from the clothes going past. Look at that. How cool is that? Penguins everywhere. The guy's up there, looks like he might be feeding them or something. He's white. Oh, look at them all running. How cool is that? That's a penguin show in here. Another entry, I think it could be where they do the shows. We go down through this thing here, I believe through here is going to be the go-kart track. Yeah, it's not busy today, it's a weekday. Weekends this place would be a lot more going on. There's someone riding around though, look, it's a 2-story track. Here is the Grandview Theatre. Look at this, IMAX as well. Wow. Crazy. Even another theatre, look, in here. Then you've got that over there, that's where the animals were. So we've walked right round. That's another theatre there next to the IMAX. It's a big giant ball thing above us here. This is the mall. Check this out. In the IMAX theatre. All the theme park stuff over there. And over there is all your rainforest stuff. Yeah, huge. It also has a Museum of Natural Science, Grandview Science Museum Planetarium, Museum of Chinese Civilization, Waxworks Museum of World Scientists, and African Animal Specimen Exhibition. I'm just realising how big this store is. Everything in this mall is huge. This is like just one store. It's the size of like a supermarket, but with everything like you can think of that you've never seen before. All the rare stuff. Check out this model. How cool is that? Look at that. All in this store, big bookshop as well at the back. It's huge, this shop. You could be in here for hours looking at stuff. It's just even a big pet store, little area. This is in one of the mid floors over on the other wing. Look, another whole kids area with amusement parks, games, fishing, more rabbits, more sandcastle building. He's catching little turtles. They painted the turtle shells. Look, these little ones here. Look at that. He's getting some green ones. I don't know how much fun it would be for the turtles getting scooped up all the time, but the kids love it. Look at that one over there trying to hang on to the edge of the container. And as I said, if you think it's just like, oh yeah, little corner in here, they do a second one. No, this actually goes, look, all the way up this whole wing of the mall. Yeah, this is blowing our minds. That one goes back out into where the main atrium was. This goes back into the third atrium area. See these everywhere here in China too, where the kids get their haircuts, the real young ones. Walking down the back edge of it now. Here's one of the other wings coming into the third atrium. You can see right through it here. This is the other atrium. Check that out. Okay, we found the wax museum and some more stuffed animals. Now, this bit's for free. There's also the Chinese museum in behind here. But yeah, here's some of the wax stuff. Well, that's pretty good actually. Really good. I'm impressed. Look at that dude. He's even got real hair. Wow. First X-ray ever. A real life pig down in there as well, look. That's in the Chinese museum part, look. That's it in there. Don't know why there's a real pig in there. There's a couple of fake ones there and a real one, two of them, wagging their tails, look. More of the Chinese museum in there. Not only does it wrap round this atrium, it's another small atrium. There's actually more than 3 atriums. There's a few other smaller ones. But yeah, not only does it wrap right around that, check this out. It also goes all the way up through there. This looks like part of the science museum in here. So there's also, yeah, this is the science one. Check that out. Looks like we're going back further in time. The beginning was the last construction guy. This guy with the leaning Tower of Pisa here. Wait till ancient Chinese people at the end. You really, if you wanted to come and do all the activities here with a family, say, you would need definitely a long weekend, at least 2 days, if not 3, to get everything done in this mall. It's that big. And then there's a whole heap even more. This is a different atrium. So this is like a 5th atrium here, and it wraps right around this one as well. It's like identical to the one on the other end. We are on the 7th floor still of this building. So you see it's the back of all the arcade place where we were in the main atrium, which is way over there. And you can see here, goes all the way down. This building is gigantic. Another Mad Kids area, look. A big Miniso land that runs right along. Going to be, there's a McDonald's up there. That's a different McDonald's to where we were. And then look down here, you got Legoland as well. Definitely one of the coolest Miniso lands we've seen. It's really well done inside. just come into the King's Bakery for a little snack before we go to the Canton Tower. We're probably not going to walk all the way there. We're going to get the new train, at least 1 or 2 stops, then we'll walk the rest of the way. This is what we're having. We're sharing that. We've got a cappuccino each. So if you thought the mall was big we were in, we've just come down underneath looking for a way across to the other one, to where the metro is. Look at this. This is all down underneath what you couldn't even see. It is, look. There's the elephants up there. So this was the bit way, way down the bottom, look. But it just shows you how big it all is underneath here, look. And it just goes and goes and goes. Well, we actually got to try and get out of here now somehow. Come up that little half level, look. It's a low ceiling, but look, this is all in here. Cheap clothing. This is all a different whole part. Look at wraps down in there. I think we're going to get out that way. Check this out. Look at these chairs. These look really comfy. Look at that. And these are good to use, and then you charge your phone at the same time. Look, they've got a big aquarium here too next to them. Look at that. We've literally walked like 300 metres up this. Look at this here. It goes 300 metres up there, is probably as well. And then this is where I finally got, this is where I think we get over here in the stations there. That little, 2 little red lines, that's the little new train thing they made. Okay, this looks like the connection to over where the Central Park one was. That mall in the middle, Flash one, and the train that we need to get on. Look at this, we found a Malaysian shop here if you want a nasi goreng, but we've also found the APM, so that's all we need. The APM, something people mover it's called. So let's find that. We're still in the underground labyrinth here. Like I said, it's literally an underground world for 6 square kilometres, this area. It is crazy.